Hello students, welcome once again to the topic of potentiometer. In this lecture, we shall be discussing the next application of potentiometer, which is on finding out the internal resistance smaller of an unknown primary cell. The primary cell has an EMF E and it is unknown. So you can see the diagram. AB is the potentiometer wire, and to maintain a constant potential difference across points A and B, a combination of a driving battery and a rheostat has been used. You can see that another circuit has been constituted at the lower part of the potentiometer. You can see that the cell with unknown EMF and unknown internal resistance R is connected to the lower part of the circuit. Again, another resistance box is also connected in the lower part of the circuit, as you can see. So this circuit has to be assembled before carrying out the procedure. Two switches S1 and S2 are provided and a galvanometer is connected, and the wire originating from the other terminal of the galvanometer is connected to metallic sliding device or the jockey. So this jockey is represented by arrows over there. Now let us start with the experiment. The first part of the experiment is very similar to the first part of the previous experiment, which was used to find out the ratio of EMFs of two unknown primary cells. So what is to be done is, we have to close switch S1, leave switch S2 open, so that the battery with EMF E comes into the circuit while the resistance box is kept out of the circuit. Now by using jockey, the null point P1 is searched along the potentiometer wire. So once we get the null point P1, we will measure the length AP1. Suppose this length is L1. So this length is the balancing length with EMF E. So students, you can see AP1 equal to L1 is the balancing length with EMF E. So in accordance with the previously studied result, we can write E equal to KL1, where K is the potential gradient. Now the next step involves closing the switch S2 at the same time while keeping S1 closed and searching for the new null point. Now with both switches S1 and S2 closed, suppose P2 is the new null point. So AP2 is the balancing length. Suppose this balancing length be represented by symbol L2. So students, P2 is the new null point and the new balancing length AP2 is represented by symbol L2. Now we can see, because P2 is the null point, that means the lower part of the circuit consisting of the battery and resistance box is not drawing any current from the main circuit of the potentiometer. However, the lower circuit being a closed circuit, the lower circuit consisting of battery with EMF E and resistance box with resistance R, the lower circuit being a closed circuit, there is some current I flowing in the circuit. So now if we find out the potential difference between points A and P2 along the path through the battery, that potential difference will no longer be equal to the EMF of the battery, and it will be equal to the potential difference V across the battery terminals. Because current is flowing through the battery, this potential difference across the battery terminals will not be equal to the EMF. So students, for the path along the battery, the potential difference between points A and P2 will be equal to E minus IR, which is the potential difference across the battery terminals. Now students, we have represented the potential difference across the battery terminals by symbol V. Also, by using potentiometer principle, we can say that potential difference between points A and P2 will be equal to KL2 because L2 is the new balancing length. So potential difference between points A and P2 along the potentiometer wire will be equal to KL2. Suppose this equation be called as equation 3. VAP2 equal to KL2. So this equation be called as equation 3. On comparing equations 2 and 3, we get V equal to KL2, where V is the potential difference across the battery terminals. Now let us compare equations 1 and 4. So comparing equations 1 and 4, we get the equation E by V equal to L1 by L2. Remember here that E is the EMF of the battery and V is the potential difference across the battery terminals when a resistance R is connected to the cell. Now students, in one of the lectures given by Anjani sir, you may have come across the relation small r equal to E by V minus 1 into capital R. Now this is the relation that we shall be making use of in this lecture. So what we simply have to do is that from equation 5, we have to substitute the value of E by V as L1 by L2. So when we put the value of E by V as L1 by L2 in this equation, we get the value of internal resistance R. Remember that in order to get the value of internal resistance R using this method, we have to use a known resistance R. So this resistance is a standard resistance that has been selected from the resistance box. So the final result we get is R equal to L1 by L2 minus 1 multiplied by R. So because the values of lengths L1 and L2 can be easily measured, and because R is a known resistance, so this equation can be used to find the value of a known resistance R.